Jamie J. I have somebody to introduce to you guys. This is my new baby Baron. He loves me so much, and I love him too. He's such a good boy. So he's been with us since Sunday. So the whole story about how we got him. My husband and I went to Mexico with my family in January. And whenever you go to Mexico, it's kind of sad that like you see like street dogs everywhere, and they're all happy, which is like, I don't get it. They're like so skinny and starving, and like some of them are sick and whatever. But so we love seeing all the dogs there, but it made both of us really sad. We're huge dog people. We lost our little baby Brew. He was a purebred Jack Russell. We lost him back in August. He was 17, and the last year of his life, he kind of went through some sickness. He had pancreatitis, so that was really, really hard. He was on like 7 different medications at one point, and like could barely walk. He was so sick. And then he got better from that. Pretty much better from that. We had to change a lot of things for him. We had to change his diet and like really watch what he was eating. Like he couldn't have treats really, and he was really food driven and like loved his treats. So my vet did help me find some treats that he could have. So he could only have like 2 a day, which yeah, it was hard for him. But so that was absolutely devastatingly heartbreaking for both of us. He was just such a funny dog. I feel like I'm gonna cry even just talking about him, but he was just such a funny dog. He had such a big personality. Like, there will never be another Brew. But now we have Baron. So anyways, we loved seeing all the dogs because we both really love dogs. When I got home, when we were in the airport going home, actually, there was a man. Oh, he's my baby. There was a man there, and he had like one of those trolleys with like, look at this, you guys. He had like one of those luggage trolleys, and he had like, I think 4 kennels on it, and a couple of the kennels had 2 dogs in them. Like, they were really little chihuahuas. And we were just talking to the guy, and he said that he was a volunteer to dog rescue and that those dogs were all going to Calgary, Alberta. So we were like, oh wow, like that's cool. We were playing with the dogs, petting them, just chatting with the guy while we were waiting for our flight and stuff like that. And then when I got home, I of course started looking up like Mexican dog rescues, and I found one. And I was just browsing their site and looking at all the different dogs, and they have like little bios on them, and my sweet boy, oh, he loves his mommy. And I saw this baby, and there was like 2 little pictures of his face, and he looked so sad. And I didn't think at the time that he looked like my previous dog, Brew, but oh my gosh, he reminds us so much of Brew. And I also read that you shouldn't do that because then you're comparing your new dog to your old dog. And my hair looks really weird in this video, but it didn't look weird when I just did it, but oh well. You shouldn't get the same breed of dog because it'll remind you of your old dog, and you'll compare them, and it's not fair to the new dog, and well, and that totally made sense to me. And Tyler and I talked about it, and we were both like, yeah, we're not going to get another Jack Russell. I'm pretty sure that this little fella is a Jack Russell crossed with a Chihuahua. That's what I think he is. I am definitely not an expert. So anyways, I saw his picture and his little bio, and it said that he was 4 years old and that he weighed 21.8 pounds, which was, Brew weighed, I think, 22 pounds or 25. I can't remember. He was a little chunky at one point, but we worked on his diet and he lost some weight. But it also said that this guy had to have a tumor removed, and that he just loved the smallest kindnesses, like clean water, I guess clean food too, and just like a pat on the head and a little ear scratch. And it just like, I don't know, it just something about it. I was like, I want this dog. So I sent an email to my husband at work. I sent his little picture and his little story, and he emailed me back, and all it said was, go get him. Well, I was like, oh, if you want me to go to Mexico, I'm out of here. But no, I put in an application, and then we didn't hear anything. I did get an email back right away that said, like, it's all run by volunteers, so I get it, they're busy. But it said, you'll receive a response within 2 to 3 days or something like that. So we were like, not so patiently waiting. And then 2 to 3 days went by, and when Tyler's like, maybe you should email them again, maybe you should email them again. So on their Facebook, I just sent a message and said, I just wanted to be sure that you got our application for Baron. And then the lady messaged me back right away with with how the process works, and that we had to put a $250 deposit on him, and then they wouldn't accept any more applications for him. So right away that instant, we sent the $250. And then it was just a case of, he was in Puerto Vallarta, so just a case of getting what they call a flight angel. So flight angels are volunteers that volunteer to escort a dog. Like, it can be people that are on vacation. Like, when we were there, we could have volunteered to be a flight angel if there was a dog that needed to go back to Kelowna. We could have said, sure, we'll be flight angels, and put the dog on our ticket, and we take it through customs and all that, and then their new owner meets us at the airport. So that can take a long time because you have to wait until there's a volunteer coming to your area. So I told the lady, we're willing to drive to Abbotsford, Vancouver, even Vancouver Island if we have to. That, you know, like, we live just outside of Kelowna, so it would take us probably like 6 hours to get to Vancouver, 4 hours to Abbotsford, something like that. But anyways, we just wanted him so bad. And then I was putting stuff on my Facebook, asking if people were going to Puerto Vallarta, if they would want to be a flight angel, and like, now's a good time because, or then was a good time because everybody's going on vacation in the winter. And but then I saw one of my parents' friends, they were posting pictures, they were in Puerto Vallarta, and I was like, oh my god, like, I know them pretty well, they're my parents' really good friends. So I messaged them and asked them. They weren't able to because I didn't know about the husband is sick, and it would be too stressful for them to try and do all of that and manage his illness. So I totally understood that, but they said, but so-and-so is going to Puerto Vallarta in a couple of weeks. And so this is another friend of my mom's, but I didn't know her that well. Like, I've met her before, but I don't really know her that well, so I wasn't really that comfortable to ask her. But I phoned my mom, and I said, well, her name's Debbie. I don't think it's a big deal if I say her name. I said, Mom, Debbie's going to Mexico. Like, my dad had even said, like, he would maybe look at cheap flights to Puerto Vallarta, and he'd go get him and just fly there and back in a day. I started looking at it, like, I just wanted this puppy so bad. So anyways, my mom called Debbie and told her all about it and everything. And she was like, totally, yeah, like, I'd just like some more information before I totally agree to it. But so the next night, Tyler and I called her and we talked and told her everything that she'd have to do and all of that. And she said, yeah, no problem. So she was going to Mexico for 2 weeks. So I got her in touch with the dog rescue place. They sent her all the information and everything was all set up and ready to go. So he flew from Puerto Vallarta on the Sunday that we just had, the 9th. And Tyler and I drove down to Abbotsford to meet Debbie at the airport when she got off. Her flight was to get in at 7:45, and it was on time. We were there, I think, at like 6 o'clock. Just in case, you know, the plane was like an hour early, but we just wanted to make sure we were there, and she didn't have to like wait for us or look for us or like anything like that, and we were so excited. So we were there and waiting. We were walking around the airport, just, whatever, hanging out. And then, my baby. We saw the little thing on pop up that said that her flight had arrived. So we were like, oh my god, we were asking everybody like where would somebody come out if they had a dog with them, and so we were in the right place and all that. So we're standing there and standing there and standing there, watching all of these people come through the door. Like, okay, like I know what she looks like, and she would have a dog with her, so she'd be pretty easy to spot. He was in a kennel, but forever, there's nobody coming. And we were like, what the hell is going on? And then there was like two people that got off the flight that had like set their luggage and stuff down, and they were talking to us, and they were like, oh, are you waiting for somebody that has a dog? And we're like, yeah, it's a dog we're adopting, and it's my mom's friend is bringing it back from vacation for me. And they're like, oh, she's held up in customs. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, there's another guy too that has a dog, and they're like really going over the paperwork, and yeah, she's gonna be a little while. And I was like, oh my god. I felt so horrible because here she is, just out of the kindness of her heart, volunteering, well, not volunteering, she's volunteering, but like I coerced her to volunteer. But I felt so horrible, and Tyler was like, what about the poor dog too? He's been in this kennel for like 5 hours. And I started texting Debbie because I was like, I heard you got held up. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. And she said that there was some kind of an issue with the paperwork. And so then I'm texting the dog rescue, but they're 2 hours ahead of us. And this was like 8 o'clock at night. So it was 10 o'clock there. And there was two people that were like chatting with me on the chat about it. I'm like, no, this is how we always fill out the paperwork. Like, we do this all the time. They're like, we don't send dogs to Abbotsford very often. And there's a new computer system to do all this or whatever through customs. They're like, maybe Abbotsford just isn't familiar with the like situation or the procedure. They thought we were gonna sell him because the paperwork said commercial import. So they thought we were gonna sell him. We're like, he is like a mutt mixed street dog. Like, we're importing him from Mexico to sell him? Like, no. Anyways, after over an hour, she finally came out, and she was so sweet, and she gave me a big hug, and like told me not to worry about it, everything was fine. She was with her boyfriend, and I could tell her boyfriend kind of wanted to get out of the airport, which I don't blame him, so did we. But anyway, so they went on their way, and they made her pay also, like $75, like some inspection fee, an import fee, and something. So I was like, oh my god, like this is so embarrassing. So I e-transferred her right away, because I felt horrible, but she was so nice about it. And anyways, they went on their way. Tyler and I took Baron outside. His kennel was like all zap strapped closed, so luckily the rescue told us to bring scissors so we could get him out of there. So once we cut him free, he came out of the kennel, and the poor little guy came from Mexico, and I think he's like malnourished, so he doesn't really have a lot of hair, actually. Oh, my baby. And there was like a little bit of snow on the ground. Maybe not snow in Abbotsford, but it was cold and rainy and wet, and you could tell that he was like, what the, like, where am I? But he was so happy, and Tyler took him out. He went pee right away, and Tyler picked him up and hugged him and kissed him, and then he handed him to me, and hugged and kissed me, and we took him to the hotel. He went crazy for his food. Like, he was walking like on his back legs, like a little person following Tyler to get the food, and like jumping up and down, and he ate it so fast, like so fast. So I think like he's probably used to having to like fight for food, and like, you know, if he was a street dog, he would just have to eat what he found. And then at the shelter, there's other dogs around, so they're probably like, you know, he had to hurry and eat if he wanted to. So anyway, he had lots of toys, and he slept all night in bed with us. Neither of us slept very well because we were like, you know, waking up every 5 seconds, like, is he okay? Is he okay? And he was okay. And I think he woke us up. We set the alarm for 7, and I think he woke us up at 6, which was okay. He needed to go to the bathroom. So I took him out to pee. He didn't have any accidents in the hotel room, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. But as soon as we got out of the hotel room, he peed on the wall in the hallway. So I had to clean that up. But he has been so amazing. Look at this sweet little angel. So yeah, they also said he weighed 21.8 pounds. But like when you pick him up, you're like, there is no way. So we have a scale at home. Tyler weighed himself and then picked up Baron and weighed himself again. And so we found out that he only weighs 11 pounds. Like, he's so little. Look at this little baby. He's so little. Look at his little tail. Oh, and he just loves me because I've been home with him all week. I have like the most amazing boss, and I asked her like, oh, look at it. I asked her if I could work from home this week because it's his first week in a new place, and excuse me, I just wanted to make sure that he would be okay. And so he's totally turned into a little mama's boy. The first few days I was like working upstairs in our little computer room office thing, and they put a blanket on the ground for him and a little bowl of water and some toys, and he basically just laid there. He's been sleeping a lot, and I read that rescue dogs do that because they've never really got quality sleep. Like, you know, if he was a street dog, he probably never felt safe enough to like fully sleep. And then at the shelter, you know, there's other dogs, they're barking and same kind of thing. So he's been sleeping a lot. But I'm a little bit stressed out about next week. My boss also did say that I can bring him to work once in a while, but he's got to be potty trained. He can't be peeing on our office. It's a brand new office with new carpet and new walls, and he can't be peeing on that. So I got to make sure that's good before I bring him. Today I tried leaving him alone for 5 minutes by himself. I just hid in our garage, brought my phone, and just scrolled Facebook for 5 minutes, but he was fine. He was just laying in his bed when I came back up here. So we'll see. I might change my hours. Right now I work 6 to 3 Monday to Thursday, and then I work from home on Fridays just for a couple hours. So I might change and maybe do 7 to 4 Monday to Thursday and work from home Fridays still. Just because my husband also works super early, that'll like give us a little bit of extra like overlap. And I'd like to be able to take him for a walk in the morning and tire him out a little bit. So we'll see if that works. But anyways, I've been talking about this guy in all my other videos. So I wanted to introduce everybody. And we love him so much. And we're so happy he's here. And he's my little baby. Hi, Baron. Say hi, everybody. Snuggle with Mama. Anyways, thank you for watching. Oh, I love puppy kisses. He's not a puppy, he's 4. Well, they think he's 4. But anyways, I could talk about him all day. Anyways, thank you for watching. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Woo! You're too fast. I can't find you. I can't find you. Oh.
No. Out there.
Hey, don't go under there. Go. Baron, are you getting a massage? Oh, he loves Daddy already. Are you getting your massage? Oh my goodness. Oh, Oh, look at that cute baby. Oh. Look at that. He's got like this tooth that pokes out. Aw, daddy's baby boy.
Dave.